In the heart of an endless desert, where the sun burned like an unquenchable fire, and the winds whispered secrets of forgotten times, an old man named Elias lived alone. He was not lonely, nor did he lack anything, for he had something many in the world had forgotten: faith. Elias' home was a small clay hut, nestled beside a garden that seemed almost impossible in such harsh conditions. A few rows of vegetables and trees stood firm, their roots drawing water from a hidden well God had provided long ago. Beyond the garden stretched his farm, where vegetables waved in the wind, and near the fields a flock of sheep grazed contentedly on sparse grass. Elias had no family, no neighbors, no merchants passing by, only God. Each morning, as the sun climbed the sky, Elias would kneel in the dust, lift his wrinkled hands, and pray.
Lord, you are my provider, my shelter, my strength. Send the rain for the crops, let the well not run dry, and keep my flock safe from the wolves.
And God would answer. Dark clouds would gather on the horizon, rolling in like a great army, and within moments the heavens would open, rain would pour, soaking the dry earth, filling his well, and causing his garden to flourish. When his flock needed food, green patches would appear where none had been before. When his bread ran low, the wheat would ripen overnight, and when he needed firewood, a dead tree would fall near his land. Elias never doubted, and God never failed. One day, a traveler wandered into Elias's land. He was weak, thirsty, and worn from the desert's cruel embrace. Elias welcomed him, gave him water from his well, fresh bread from his wheat, and roasted lamb from his flock. The traveler ate in silence, then looked up with weary eyes.
Old man, how do you survive in this place? I have seen nothing but death in every direction.
Elias smiled, his face weathered but peaceful.
I do not survive. I live. For my God hears my prayers, and he moves at the sound of his people.
The traveler scoffed.
Coincidence. Surely there is a river hidden beneath your land, or you have some secret means to find food.
Elias simply shook his head.
Then stay and see for yourself.
The traveler stayed the night, and as he lay awake, he heard Elias whispering prayers. By morning rain had fallen. By noon new sprouts had risen in the fields. By evening a stray lamb, lost in the wilderness, had found its way to Elias's flock. The traveler fell to his knees.
I have wandered for years, searching for answers, for truth. And here, in the middle of the desert, I have found it. Your God is real.
Elias placed a hand on the man's shoulder.
He has always been real. You only needed to see.
From that day forward, the traveler remained with Elias, learning the ways of faith. And as long as they prayed, God provided, and the desert flourished, a living testimony of his power. And so, the old man was never alone again, not because he needed company, but because God had led another soul to the well of faith.